is Friday, April 25th, and this is Friday 5 on 5 with Denver Public Library. I'm Tina.
And I'm Ashley.
And we're both librarians at DPL Central Branch. And in 15 minutes or less, we'll have you up to speed on 5 new titles out this month that we can't wait for you to read or listen to. Please note that new titles may not be added to Overdrive until after publication date. So if you don't see the titles in ebook or e-audiobook format yet, please make sure to check back. This upcoming month of May, we have a special event happening at Central Library's brand new Parkview space. We will be hosting best-selling author Peter Heller, known for his masterful storytelling and deep connection to the natural world. He is the author of books such as The Dog Stars, The River, and The Guide. And he is returning with his brand new book, Burn, a gripping new novel that explores survival, human nature, and the wild landscapes that define his work. Burn is the story of two lifelong friends that emerge from the deep woods after a long hunting trip only to find a dystopian scene. A civil war has started to unfold and is leaving chaos in its wake. Heller will be discussing the inspiration behind the novel, his writing process, and the themes that run throughout his work. A Q&A session and book signing will follow. Registration is required, so sign up before it's too late. I just want to give a special shout out to the Strong Library, Strong Denver Bond, which has made this event possible. For more information, check out the link in the description below.
Check out some of our benefits for educators. Are you a teacher looking to refresh the materials of your classroom? Try getting one of our teacher sets. Share some details of your class, like age range, your language preference, and some topics you're wanting to talk about, and DPL librarians will work to gather up to 30 items for you to check out for your classroom. You can even get an educator card from the library to have a longer loan period and get some additional database support. And now, on to the books! The first book this month is The Devil's Kitchen by Mark Thielman. This is a debut novel, and it follows Clarence Johnson, a retired homicide detective who is now working as a seasonal guide in Yellowstone. Hoping this job would be able to help him relax, he's quickly proved wrong when a body shows up on one of his tours. As he begins to investigate, readers are also taken into another timeline, one set during the French Revolution regarding French relics with perceived power. And soon, a historical conspiracy theory comes to light. This book has it all: history, art, and a police investigation. It's for those that like murder mystery or novels by Dan Brown. A couple read-alikes for that book. We have The Bitter Past by Bruce Borgos. The Bitter Past is a suspenseful crime thriller set in Nevada, blending present-day murder with Cold War espionage. Sheriff Porter Beck investigates the brutal killing of a retired FBI agent, uncovering ties to a 1950s spy who infiltrated a nearby nuclear test site. Partnering with agent Sana Locke, Beck investigates a dangerous mystery involving lost files, a missing woman, and the past. Flashbacks reveal the story of young lovers caught in atomic-era secrets. With rich characters, sharp dialogue, and a gripping plot, the novel kicks off a promising series that's rooted in history and high-stakes intrigue. It's great for fans of C.J. Box or Craig Johnson. We also have Mask of the Deer Woman by Lori L. Dove. In her powerful debut, Mask of the Deer Woman introduces Carrie Starr, a former Chicago detective haunted by her daughter's murder and her own fall from grace. Seeking refuge, she becomes a tribal marshal on the Salaqua Reservation, where indigenous women have gone missing for years. Her first case, a missing college student, plunges her into a world of buried secrets, cultural tensions, and personal demons. As Starr investigates, she's haunted by visions of a deer woman, a mysterious spirit tied to the vanished women. Blending crime, grief, and native folklore, this novel explores justice, identity, and the epidemic of missing indigenous women, with heart and urgency.
Next up, we have This Monster of Mine by Shalini Abisakara. This Monster of Mine is a thoughtful and gruesome read, taking us into the world of ancient Rome with a touch of romance and magic. 4 years ago, someone inexplicably tried to murder Sarai, our main character, by throwing her off a tower. Sarai has spent her time since nursing her wounds, training to become a peditor, a prosecutor who can read truth and see memories. This way, she can seek out the truth and justice that was denied to her. She is assigned to Tetrarch Kedra, a cold and vicious judge whose voice sounds eerily familiar to the one she heard that night in the tower. Convinced Kadra is her assailant, she begins exacting her revenge and plotting his downfall by spying on him for other tetrarchs. However, as they go about their day to day solving cases, Sarai grows closer to Kadra and begins to doubt his involvement. He is not who people make him out to be. He is rather charming and his wrath alluring. As Sarai fights her attraction to him, she begins to uncover evidence that hints towards a deadly political battle, ample with corruption and injustice. Who can Sarai trust? Only time will tell. Dive into the ancient world of Rome with this captivating romance and fantasy combo. For a more cozy take on romantasy, check out Elizabeth Loham's book, Casters and Crowns. Princess Arya's kingdom is on the brink of war with the magic wielding casters. She sets out to prove herself worthy of ruling by talking to Widow Morton, the most dangerous caster in the land. But when negotiations don't go as planned, Arya is cursed for 100 days with no sleep, her mind slowly dipping into the delirium of death, after which it will spread to her next of kin until her whole lineage is wiped out. The only person who can help her is another caster, so she enlists Baron Reeves, a caster on the royal court. Can the handsome and charming Baron be trusted? Baron knows the princess is the only chance of changing the king's mind on casters and preventing a war. But with his own secrets to hide, will Baron risk his magic to help Arya? Next up, we have Sing Me to Sleep by Gabby Burton. In the kingdom of Kurdra, sirens are hated for their power and presumed extinct. Hiding in plain daylight, Saoirse pretends to be without magic. But at night, she uses her siren skills to carry out covert assassinations, luring men to their deaths for an anonymous employer. When a mysterious blackmailer threatens her sister, Saoirse takes a dangerous job that will help her investigate. She becomes the personal bodyguard to the crown prince. Saoirse should hate Prince Hayes. After all, his father is the one who enforces the kingdom's brutal creature segregation laws. But when Hayes turns out to be kind, thoughtful, and charming, Saoirse finds herself increasingly drawn to him, especially when they're forced to work together to stop a deadly killer who's plaguing the city. There's only one problem. Saoirse is the deadly killer.
Next up, we have The Guilt Pill by Soumya Dave. The Guilt Pill follows Maya Patel, a successful entrepreneur and new mom who seems to have it all, but is secretly falling apart. She's struggling to balance motherhood, marriage, and a failing business. Maya is consumed by guilt and self-doubt. When she meets charismatic influencer Liz Anderson, she's introduced to an experimental drug that will erase female guilt. At first, it's liberating. Maya becomes bold, fearless, and unapologetic. But the pill's side effects grow darker, pushing her towards dangerous choices that jeopardize her family and career. Sharp, provocative, and timely, this novel explores ambition, motherhood, and identity through a feminist, speculative lens. Our first read-alike for that book is The Husbands by Holly Gramazio. In this witty, time-bending novel, main character Lauren returns to her London flat to find a man claiming to be her husband, though she's never seen him before. Photos, friends, and her apartment suggest that they've been married for years. When he disappears into the attic and a new husband emerges, Lauren realizes that her attic produces an endless stream of partners, each reshaping her life slightly. As she cycles through countless versions of love and domesticity, Lauren begins to question whether the perfect life or partner exists at all. Funny and thoughtful, the story explores choice, identity, and the pursuit of happiness in modern life. This book is great for fans of Emma Straub or Erin Morgenstern. We also have School for Good Mothers by Jessamy Chan. In this dystopian novel, we meet Frida Liu, a struggling 39-year-old single mom who makes one devastating mistake, leaving her toddler home alone for a short time, and she now faces punishment. Frida is sent to a government run reform school for bad mothers, where she must prove her worth over a year of relentless surveillance, psychological training, and parenting simulations using eerie robot children. Frida is forced to recite mantras, suppress needs, and compete for redemption in a system that weaponizes guilt and perfection. Set in a near future America, this chilling book examines motherhood, race, state control with razor sharp precision. Chan explores the impossible standards placed on mothers and questions whether love and effort are ever enough in a system stacked against them.
If you too got sucked into the world of Bon Appetit during 2020, then you might recognize this next author of Salsa Daddy, Rick Martinez. And he is here to take us through the wide world of salsas. Salsa has been around for over 500 years, and with such a rich history, there are countless variations, much more than the typical red and green you see at most places. In this book, Rick provides us with 75 salsa recipes, along with 25 easy weeknight Mexican recipes you can pair with them. The recipes are divided into 7 sections depending on how you're feeling. Do you want a chunkier chopped salsa? If you're wanting more acidity, then perhaps a pickled salsa would be best for you. The choice is up to you. With this cookbook in your kitchen, anything can be achieved and or be zested up by these recipes. From one of the most popular and well known restaurateurs in Mexico City and LA comes My Mexico City Kitchen by Gabriela Camara. This cookbook takes inspiration from the flavors, ingredients, and culinary flair found in Mexico City. The recipes are seafood centric and vegetable forward, focusing on fresh and local ingredients that bring home the authenticity of this cultural hotspot. Lovers of Mexican food will find a treasure trove of handy recipes, everything from the basics to main dishes, and as always, my favorite section of any book, the sweet treats. You can find classic recipes like chile rellenos and flan, and some new, sure to be favorite recipes like Camara's signature tuna tostadas. Plus, the best part of this book is that it comes along with 150 pictures to go along with the recipes. Believe me, there's nothing I hate more than a cookbook that leaves me guessing as to what the food is supposed to look like. This, paired along with a dozen essays by Camara, details what distinguishes her cooking from the rest, and goes to show that just about anything can be turned into a taco. Another exciting cookbook we have is Barbacoa, the Heart of Tex-Mex Barbecue by Brandon Hurtado. This is a one-of-a-kind barbecue book. While we've seen various iterations of Southern barbecue, and even more recently, books on African American barbecue, there hasn't been anything exploring the Hispanic barbecue scene, especially the infamous Tex-Mex, which is a blend of all these various styles. Brandon Hurtado is the owner of Hurtado Barbecue, which is listed as one of the top 50 barbecue joints in Texas and top 50 for the whole US South. And let me tell you, these recipes show us exactly why. From pulled pork carnitas to hot chicken, this book will have you salivating. Aside from a hearty selection of meats, this book also includes recipes for amazing sides and appetizers, along with unexpected breakfast recipes and the most delicious desserts like a smoked blueberry cobbler. Need I say more?
Lastly, we have Worthy of the Event by Vivian Blaxell. This is a bold essay collection that weaves trans experience with philosophy and history. Spanning continents, from Australia to Japan, from Hawaii to Mexico, Blaxell reflects on gender transition, identity, and queerness with wit and intellectual depth. Structured in 7 parts, this book explores moments of disappointment, of abandonment, of love, from awkward medical encounters to intimate relationships to being out in nature. Blaxel draws on thinkers like Nietzsche, on indigenous metaphysics, and her own richly lived experience to question bodily autonomy and the human condition. It's a deeply personal collection, yet universally resonant. Worthy of the event is a fierce meditation on what it means to live, resist, and to be seen. Our first read alike for that book is The Way You Make Me Feel by Nina Sharma. This is a memoir in essays that explores the complexities of love, race, and allyship through her relationship. Set against the backdrop of America's racial and cultural divides, Sharma reflects on her Indian American upbringing, family expectations, and the challenges of being in a Black Asian relationship. Through 16 essays, she blends personal narrative with cultural critique, examining pop culture, caste, colorism, mental health, and the myth of the model minority. This set of essays is unflinchingly honest and very funny. Sharma's debut will have readers thinking about community, identity, and love for a long time after reading it. We also have Thunder Song by Sasha Tachcheble-Lapointe. This is a lyrical essay collection exploring what it means to be a queer Indigenous woman in contemporary America. Drawing from her family history, tribal memory, and her great-grandmother's anthropological work, LaPointe examines themes of cultural erasure, environmental loss, identity, and survival. Blending some punk rock grit with spiritual insight, she recounts her journey through Seattle's punk scene through illness and healing. This book of essays is thought-provoking and might just become a new favorite.
In case you missed it! In case you missed it, Wrecked by Alex Gonzalez is a speculative science fiction pick that came out the last month and is being praised for its dark sense of humor and candid writing style. We follow our main character, Sammy Dominguez, as he delves into the deepest pockets of the internet and to cope with his unstable home life and the recent death of his girlfriend Ellery. Just when he's thinking of ending it all, a forum user named Harrispix shares a link to a dark website full of deep fake snuff films. Fascinated by the violence and gore of videos that used to scare him as a child, Sammy stumbles onto a surprising video of Ellery. More specifically, a video of the car accident that took her life. Shocked and yet fascinated, Sammy goes about trying to find the identity of who made this video. What he finds is even more confounding, however. AI generated videos of death scenarios, ones that have happened and ones that have yet to come true. Plus, there are people betting on their probability on other people's deaths. Sammy is determined to get revenge, bent on stopping the cycle before they can cash in on another death. This book is not for the faint of heart, and is reminiscent of the warnings found in Black Mirror and the raw grittiness of Chuck Palahniuk. Our read-alikes for this title include Design Flaw by Hugh Sheehy, a collection of stories that draw inspiration from science fiction and horror. In this collection, you will find quite a set of strange offerings, including what happens when a couple adopts a genetically engineered hybrid of a monkey and a cat, or what happens when a computer interface has access to your memories and shows you some uncomfortable truths about yourself. This collection is deeply imaginative and shows the ways in which human behavior changes with technology and what has often become a gray moral area. My Annihilation by Fuminori Nakamura is a chilling psychological noir that begins with a warning. Turn this page and you may give up your entire life. In a remote mountain lodge, a man stumbles upon a manuscript, a suitcase, and a dead identity he assumes as his own. As he reads the disturbing confessional detailing childhood trauma, psychological breakdown, and even murder, the lines between author, subject, and reader begin to blur. The manuscript ends with a cryptic command, "You better run." But it's already too late. What follows is a twisted descent into a fragmented world of psychiatry, identity, and moral decay, where truth is elusive and no one escapes unscathed.
Thank you for tuning in to Denver Public Library's Friday 5 at 5. Next month, we'll be doing things a little different. Instead of our usual 15-minute debrief, we'll be making a short video, just under 2 minutes, highlighting 5 books we can't wait for you to read. It will be available here and on Instagram. Let us know what you think. Do you like these longer videos, or would you like some shorter content? Take the survey in the description down below or sound off in the comments. We'll see you next month for new recommended reads. Bye!